Making noise and staking its claim is our fifth most pocket-punishing hunt. It's the African elephant, found in surprisingly abundant populations across this incredible continent.
You know, we're here in the Okavango Delta, which is really a special place in Botswana. It floods during the year, brings in a lot of elephants with it. It's always a changing environment. There are about 200,000 elephants in Botswana, so there's a very substantial elephant herd. In fact, it's not uncommon to see 20 bulls, elephants a day here. So there's a huge population. There are habitat issues here, but it's just a great place to come because there are so many elephants.
If you're going to hunt elephants in this country, you've got to hunt them in close quarters. If you're not prepared to do that, you might as well not hunt elephants here. You're close, it's dangerous. Any minute, anything can go wrong.
With their regal bearing, incredible size, and legendary intelligence, elephants present unique challenges to hunters with the means and desire to pursue this exceptional animal.
I have great respect for these animals. It's sort of a mixture of a great respect for the largest land animal on earth. His brain's 3 times as big as mine, and he's very intelligent. In many ways, he's got an advantage. He knows the territory. He's very aloof, and he's very powerful.
In my opinion, elephant hunting is the greatest hunt there is in the world. Tracking these big bull elephants, getting up on them, looking at them, turning them down at 20 yards, 15 yards, having them come at you. There's no greater hunting experience in the world, in my opinion.
The widely dispersed bighorn sheep racks up our 4th slot as demand for tags and the natural draw of these burly, curly beasts puts them high on every hunter's wish list.
You know, the term once in a lifetime is overused a lot, but with bighorn sheep hunting, it truly is a once in a lifetime. In most states, once you draw a tag, that's it. It's the only one you get your entire life.
Serious sheep hunters are a breed apart, and there's no breaking a case of sheep fever once it's taken hold.
There's something about sheep hunters. There's whitetail hunters, and there's mule deer hunters, and there's big elk hunters. But sheep men, they're their own breed. Currently, I believe that there's only about 1,700 guys all through the world that have collected their Grand Slam. So it's not for everybody, but once you get the bug for sheep fever, it starts with the Grand Slam, and then you're off around the world looking for all the others. Argalis, Marco Polos, Nepalese blue sheep. Something about in your blood that keeps you going back for those sheep.
Threatened with the extinction at the turn of the 20th century, the bighorn has bounced back in a big way.
Just like the white-tailed deer and America's elk, the bighorn sheep was nearly wiped out, practically extinct in the early 1900s. However, it's one of America's great conservation success stories.
Big challenge, big ticket, big reward. That's the bighorn at number 4. And coming in at number 3 is another bank-busting sheep, the desert bighorn, head honcho of the Southwest and uniquely adapted to thrive in its harsh, dry terrain.
You know, the desert bighorn sheep, probably the most majestic desert animal in my opinion, and usually last on the list to complete the sheep Grand Slam. Maybe because people just can't get in their mind, they want to hunt the desert, they want to go for the doll, the stone, the bighorn, but it's like the Texas whitetail, small bodies, big horns, and they're a fabulous trophy.
Going down to Mexico the first time, I mean, I love hunting sheep, and then having the opportunity to actually hunt a desert sheep in those mountains, I tell you what, it was great. But my second desert sheep, I went down with a crossbow, and it was hot, extremely hot, and it wore me down.
I think with the desert bighorn, it's their elusiveness, where they're located can be quite challenging and push a hunter to the limits. Not to mention that they are one of the rarer sheep found in North America. It's a great hunt, but it's a very expensive hunt too.
The odds of pulling a desert bighorn tag are astronomical, exceeded only by the cost of buying one.
This season I've heard as much as $78,000. It's the most expensive sheep in North America by far. I don't have that kind of pocket change.
That's some serious coin, but when there's a Grand Slam on the line, money is no object for hunters on a mission.
The desert bighorn is a very coveted trophy because it's generally the 4th and final sheep to be taken in North American Grand Slam.
Sheep hunting is different. It's the classic spot and stock. There's no tree stands, there's no ground blinds involved, there's no calling like there would be in other species like whitetail and elk. And so that has a lot of appeal. A lot of people like that style of hunting.
The hardest part about hunting desert bighorn sheep is drawing the tag. So if you get one, it's like winning the lottery.
They're fantastic to hunt. If you ever get the opportunity, apply for a tag.
Swaggering into our second spot, it's the legendary lion. Master of all he surveys, and a hunt as expensive as it ought to be to topple a king.
When somebody thinks about a lion, they think of the king of the jungle. This is a dangerous encounter. There's no messing around. You need to be quick, you need to be smart, you need to be savvy. Lions are not something to tangle with. It's exciting. It'll be an adrenaline rush. I'm very excited to hunt the lion.
The lion is an incredibly important species economically to Tanzania as a nation. They are the backbone of the trophy hunting industry. Without lion hunting, it's very unlikely that the trophy hunting industry could survive. Clients pay the highest premium and the highest rates so they can get access to a permit to hunt a lion. And Tanzania is one of the prime destinations for lion hunters.
Physically demanding and extremely dangerous, pursuing the king of beasts comes with a lot of risk, even more reward, and a hefty price tag. All with good reason.
Hunting lion is, it can be tough, it can be easy, but in this concession we have lots of lion. We take out 4 lions every year, and we've had 100% success since we started this contract here, which we've had for 6 years now.
I'd say a typical day of lion hunting, very dangerous obviously, always exciting, there's a lot of excitement involved. You know, it's a kind of hunt that gets one's adrenaline pumping.
And all that lion-fueled adrenaline adds up to the priceless hunting experience of 100 lifetimes. At the top of our list, we go to the top of the world for the Marco Polo sheep in Central Asia's highlands, where there's no sure thing no matter how much you pay.
The Marco Polo hunt is not only fascinating, but it's expensive. Sometimes might even take you 2 or 3 tries to get it. But if you can afford the first one, you can probably afford the second or the third try.
You know, the explorer Marco Polo brought back treasure and spice from the Far East. Well, if he knew what Marco Polo sheep were going for nowadays, he would have brought back a bunch of Marco Polo sheep.
I think the Marco Polo is #1 on many hunters' wish list because of the overall experience of the hunt, which is not only the romance of the trophy, but the danger in getting there, the danger in doing the hunt, the adventure of doing the hunt, the weather, the high mountains, the elevation. I think when you add that all together, it puts it as one of the elite trophies in all the world.
You know, people wanted to expand, that have a passion, that founded a passion in North America to hunt the 4 species here. But once you're hooked on sheep hunting and you've made it around, or fortunate enough to make it around and hunt the 4 species in North America, the next thing is to look on other continents. And Marco Polo is one of those that's on the top of the list for sheep enthusiasts. You know, again, very rugged country, limited opportunity, and obviously from the regal nature of sheep in general, their huge, big, spiraling, sweeping horns are a big attraction.
The extreme difficulty and cost of this hunt puts anyone who's bagged a Marco Polo in a very exclusive club of world-class adventurers.
In all the years and the clients I've known over the years, I could probably count everybody I know that's harvested a Marco Polo almost on one hand. It's truly a magnificent trophy.
The risks that come into play when you're hunting Marco Polo, without question, first of all, are travel, getting to the area. Just the fact that it's a long distance, getting into some of these hunting areas is very difficult by roads. The weather is very rough, the hunting is rough. Sometimes getting to these sheep can be treacherous, steep terrain, a lot of snow and ice. It can be a dangerous situation if you're not with the right person.
#1 on our list, it's the Marco Polo sheep, a daring hunt in extreme conditions at a sky-high price.